Hey, family, Tacc man, how's your spirit? Talk to me. Tell me something good. We got a beautiful day today. I went to Juma today, and my brother, my Muslim brother, Nut. Y'all may know him as Rich Porter's cousin. But yeah, we were in the same unit for like 10 years together, and he came to Juma today, so that was a blessing. He had a life sentence, and got it overturned after 35 years. But we have to start praying more. A lot of times we get the blessings, but we don't do what we need to do with the blessings. And the reason why is we don't embrace the journey that God has us on. Only way you can really see life for what it is and embrace how it goes is being able to understand that you have to appreciate it. You have to embrace it. Yes, go ahead and do that, please. Yeah, so it's funny how we have to go through go ahead and create what you're going to create. It's funny how we have to go through the things that we go through to realize that if we'd have just embraced our journey and lived right and did the right thing in our lives, life would have been much better. Like I realized, right, that it was only through my adversity change took place. I had to be able to be somewhere where I was sat down and not able to go anywhere. And after a while, you have to really look at yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be real with yourself because when you're in those cells, you're there by yourself. There's nobody there with you. If well, it could be you can have a cellie, but you know, uh, for you to really grow, you have to be in a cell by yourself. You know, because you have to be able to reflect. You have to be able to be real with you, and a lot of people can't be real with them. This is why you have a lot of suicides in jail. You have a lot of crazy things go on in prison. But the people who embrace their journey in prison, meaning, understand that, you're going to be there and you make the best of it. You don't uh, prolong it or make bad decisions. You embrace it. And the beautiful thing about it, when you embrace it, life gets so much easier for you because you realize this is what it is. You know, this is what it is. Uh, and the beautiful thing about it, right? Somebody hit me up. The beautiful thing about it when like when I finally embraced my journey, I think it was after I reinvented myself and changed my mindset. That's when I was doing the master's program, and this is when God was waking me up. He had already been waking me up, and I've been writing stuff for years already. And I think it clicked then, like, you have to prepare yourself for what's to come, you know, your future. And it was a blessing because when I got here, I was alone, solo dolo. I had a few of my very good friends who were there for me, and they're still there for me today. I'm trying to see what this is because uh I didn't spend no money. Oh, StreamYard. Okay. So I gotta do this. There we go. Because I have to keep this a certain. Hello. What's up, baby boy? How's everything? Yeah, yo. Remember? Oh, my spirit is fantastic, my brother. I went to Juma today. My boy Nut, the one I told you, Rich Porter cousin, he came to Juma, and that was a blessing. You know, I had to pay the other $49 too for the strip yard. So it's all gravy though. It's all gravy. It's all gravy. I'm that's what we talking about today, embracing the journey. And a lot of people don't understand. When you embrace your journey, man, you make sacrifices. You know, because like one of the things that I had to do, embracing my journey, right? And what I love about Wallow and Gilly, right, is they are free spirit with each other. But what I love most about Wallow keeps it 100. See, like we've been trained to be different, but he keeps it a buck. And with him keeping it a buck, he was able to make substantial cash. Them brothers got all kind of shit stuff going on, and I love it. And this is the things that I want for a community. All of us being able to live good and have prosperous businesses and work together and we all eat. It's more money. Look, I was just telling this to a lady when I was in the car. She was a little older than me. I said when we were growing up, there was like 2 or 3 billionaires in the whole world. Now there are thousands. I said with just with Elon Musk, 800 and something billion, we could feed the whole world and give him change. So now you still have like 1,900 and something more billionaires or more than that. So it's no way that we can't uh, come together by embracing our journey and doing the right thing and put things together so that we can live. You know. Hold up, hey Scotty, I'm gonna try to bring you in. What's your joint on Messenger? Let me see if I can bring you in. Hold up. Oh shit. Hold up. Scotty, I just hit the thing where you can come in. All you gotta do is come on in. You can come in now. Oh, okay, you playing. Yeah. Yeah, I had two guests so far, you know? I had two guests so far. I know. Yeah, but I had a good day today, man, you know? Had a really good day today. My money came, I paid my bills. My the dude Mike I told you from the shelter, he put my welfare shit back in today. All I gotta do is the interview now. So it said in 6 days I'm supposed to get 295. So that's a blessing. My rent was eight sixty something. I paid them the one 5756. You know what I mean? And it went through. So I guess everything else is gonna work its way out. Everything, man, God take great care of me, man. Because I embrace my journey. And I live right and I do the right thing. And I pray and I give him his praise. And I do right by others. And see, this is one of the things when you embrace your journey. Oh, ain't no question. Yeah, truth be told, yeah, everything in time, like I always say. And that's patience, sabr. We have to be patient in life because it's a blessing, man. You know, to have the Most High on your side. Like even though, like I tell you, I really don't have family no more. Just having God in my life and a few good friends like yourself in my life. That's all you really need because you only want to fuck with people who are genuine in your life. You see what I'm saying? Once you get to a certain age, see, when you're young, you can go through all of that. But once you get to a certain age, that's you're not trying to go through those type of things. You want people around you that's conducive to your growth or that are conducive to your spirit. See, my thing is spiritual. I'm not a religious person. I'm a very spiritual person. And with being a spiritual person, you give out love and you grow off of love. So you grow off of energy. Like my thing is energy. I can tell how you feel about me from your energy. And only way I'm able to do this because I embraced my journey, some time ago. I realized that everything in life is not peaches and cream, and it's life is tough, but you just have to be a little bit tougher, and you can make it. And I no longer like the things that I used to like, before I embraced my journey, you know, and it comes a time in your life where you see life for what it really is if you pay attention. And I always tell you, like, when God gives you those glasses and you can see everything clear, you see the truth from the lies. You're able to separate the bull from, you know, everything else. And you see life what it is and you see people for who they are and you don't judge. You just understand that's what they're at in their life. And this is where a lot of people have to understand when they embrace their journey, they're not going to judge others because they're too busy worrying about trying to get their life in order. I don't have time to worry about what people say, feel, and think because, like I say, if you got $2.90, and I heard it went up to 3.50. If you got $3.50, and what a person say, feel, and think, which one gonna get you on the train or the bus? So my thing is just, embrace your journey, live your life the way you supposed to live it. Do what you got to do to make ends meet. Of course, there's always other ways. That's legal now. It's not like when I was coming up. You just got to figure it out. There's so many things that you can do in your life. You can go in your neighborhood. I'm gonna just give you some real good game. You can go in your neighborhood and speak to all the families in your neighborhood. Say a 10-block radius both ways, and ask them. Take a survey. What do they need in this neighborhood? What do you think they need in this neighborhood? And then you get your top 10 and you break them down. It's always more than one way of skinning the cat, what choking the stew out of them and messing up the fur. You just have to figure it out. And like I tell people, man, you got to use your head for more than a hat rack. And I'm glad that I finally learned to do that. Excuse me, to do that myself. Because you have to be able to see the forest for the trees. You know, and a lot of times I was not there. It wasn't because I was dumb. It was just because just didn't know. But now, once you know, you're held accountable for the things that you know in life. And this is why I try to live proper. This is why I try to do right by people because I know in the end, I'm going to have to answer to somebody or something. What's up, big bro?
What up, baby?
You on live?
I'm live.
Yeah, you live
Well,
on
hey,
all platforms.
hey there, everybody. Tune in to my brother, Rich Coleman. You get all good information that'll help you go through life easier. Thank you. Listen, bro,
Yeah,
I sent your brother a birthday wish.
yeah. I was gonna do it, but I said nah.
And I said, but you forgot mine.
My boy said, "We'll tell you what's up." The one that live right across from you.
Yeah, tell him
See,
I said,
look.
what's up, homie?
He said,
What's
"Tell
up, big bro? What's up? Give me a shout out, everybody out there in America
SD."
and around the world. You heard what I said I did?
Yeah.
But you forgot mine.
Who? No, I didn't. I tried to talk to you.
No,
Oh,
hey,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
but I don't know if Ron said something. He said something to the extent he wanted to go out with him, her, and me. I said I don't do that with him.
yeah.
Well, between y'all, that forget. No, I forgive. I just don't forget. We
That's
don't
it,
do birthdays.
man. Hey, look, man,
Then
look.
Johnny started doing birthdays. Me and Mike did birthdays every year. Then me and Johnny started after he did that to me.
Mm,
Johnny called me, even going through, what he had. He just got back from taking care of business down south for his sister.
mm-hmm.
Incoming video from Mike. He must be watching you on podcast.
Probably so.
Huh?
He probably is. He probably is. But it. My thing is right. I still love my brothers. Even though they wrong me. You know, but the thing is, like, I just know that behavior until they heal and able to, like really be truthful to themselves, I can't do nothing with them. I can't mess with people who done things to harm me and then don't even have the courtesy to be like, yo, I apologize.
Calling me again. He's calling me now because I wouldn't do video.
Go ahead, get him.
No,
Call me back.
no, not giving him the satisfaction.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm
Mm.
not doing it. He needs to read your book and heal.
Yeah. No, but it's not gonna happen. You see, what you got to understand, right? He will never, like, I understand. Like I told you, my brother was my hero, and after this last little thing, man, he's shown me that, he never really had love for me, but he's shown me that years and years down the line, the different things. You know what I'm saying? But I was too naive to see what it really was. And that's why when you're able to embrace your journey, you see life for what it is, and you see people for who they are. And once you see people for who they are, you know to stay away from them. And
Right.
it's not personal. It's just like a woman. Like, I don't have a woman today because a lot of these bros like to argue. I can't do arguing, messes with my spirit. I'd rather be by myself. I'm cool by myself.
We'll talk about a situation tomorrow.
Yeah, like,
You want some
like,
dialysis?
yeah,
Because I have one with dumb chick. Say
yeah,
something stupid to
yeah.
me.
And my thing is
Say it's
this.
not working.
No,
It's not
no,
working.
no. See, like, my thing is like this. I finally gained peace after 28 years in federal prison, then coming home after losing crazy, crazy money, built houses, business, everything.
Missing your
Then,
mother
then
and your mother
losing my mother, my father, my cousin, my uncle, my aunt. Losing the connection with my nieces and nephews, my brothers. Because of a lie. You know what I'm saying? And it's I'm not mad about it. I think, see, because what people don't understand is like, I've prayed to God. Look, God, take the people out of my life who don't deserve to be in my life, because I know what you got for me they don't deserve. I know I'm going to be in a great place in my life, inshallah.
you're on your way.
Yeah, exactly. And my thing is, you can't have distractions when you're trying to build. And my thing is just living right. Like, if it was a thing where, say, I'm a billionaire or a mega millionaire, you know, I wouldn't see my family out in the street, but it's not like I'm gonna go out my way. And it's
Right.
not personal. It's just who I've become because I've been fucked over by everybody. You see what I'm saying? And it's always been the people who are closest to me. And now that I've embraced my journey, I can't uh waste my time with people who really don't care about me. I mean, why? That's, like, I had low self-esteem as a kid, but I don't have that problem no more. Like I was telling you about the thing with my wife when she was talking about, oh, you got low self-esteem and this, that, and the other. This is why I don't talk to you. No, that's not why you don't talk to me. You
You left
screwed
me
me
a
over.
voicemail.
Huh?
You left me a voicemail.
Yeah. You
Tap, tap.
yeah, you screwed me over and you can't forgive yourself. That's why I told her, yo, forgive yourself. See, once you be able to forgive yourself, you'll be able to embrace your journey. You'll never be able to embrace your journey until you forgive yourself, because it makes you look in the mirror at yourself and makes you, face face the things that you've done in your life. Like I said, I ain't proud of everything I've done in life, but I don't have no regrets, because everything that I've done in my life shaped and molded me to who I am now, and I like the person I am now. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is just, it's not even about people, and this is where people get it mixed up at. When you on a path of embracing your journey, trying to figure out your life, and especially me, I'm 61 years, I'll be 62 this year, trying to put my life together after being rich, then jail, then rich, then jail, then rich. You know what I'm saying? Then jail. And like now, with me reinventing myself and changing my life over 10 years ago, getting an honorary master's degree in business, I know it's something greater for me in my life. It's not personal with nobody that I don't call or speak, and most of it is because they don't call or speak to me, so I don't waste my time.
Remember I told you I wanted to do something last week with my sister or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I promised I wasn't going to call. She called me because
Mm-hmm.
my uncle died. You heard me?
Mm-hmm.
And she wanted to do the ancestry thing with me. All that's not important. What's important is how you treat me while I'm here on earth.
Yeah, there we
Give me
go.
respect.
Yeah.
The
And
stories, the lies that come out your mouth.
yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm
she
gonna let
said
you say
that
it to the
from a
people.
very young child. That's who she is. And I promised my mom I would look out for her. But sometimes it's hard, man. I don't know if I should break a promise or what. Because it's detrimental to me to try to look out for her. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's never been a positive thing. You understand what I'm saying?
I look, I'm 100%
So
agreeing
I
with you.
have to step to the side. Now she called me. She acts like nothing happened. So we're gonna go forward, and I'm trying to get her to read your book. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to give her this one, and you're gonna have to give me an autograph for it anyway.
Yeah, no
Right?
question. Yeah, I got a bunch of them over
Everybody
here.
get out there and buy this book. This book is powerful. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. With adversity comes change.
Hey,
And
look,
things will change it for me, my brother here, and it changed for you. It's a great book.
it will
Please
not.
read it.
Listen, let me tell
A
you this.
lot of knowledge. A lot of knowledge.
Look, let me tell you this right here. God says Adam's weight of pride can't enter the paradise, right? What hides in
Right.
pride? Ego. What is ego? Easing God out. See, God,
Okay.
God doesn't do anything to hurt.
No, he does
Even
not.
even when He puts you through difficult times, it's not to hurt you. It's to teach you lessons. It's through
That's what it's for.
adversity. Look, it's through adversity comes change. You got to go through your adversities in order for you to make the change you need to make in your life. We're not going to be here forever. You're not going to be a teenager forever. You're not going to be 20 years old forever, 30, 40. It comes a time when it's over and you have to grow up and do the right things with your life. And the biggest thing is you have to be able to forgive people, but most importantly, you have to be able to forgive yourself. And see, when you got an ego and you got pride, God is not in the mix. This is why a person can't let go and let God. They may talk it, but they don't live it. Action. Look, like I said, man, I used to tell my wife, man, why you say you love me? Your actions don't say it. When I was home, yeah, but while I'm in here, and look at all the things that she done. So I'm just using examples, and this is not the point, nothing, because I ain't into none of that shit. I'm cool. But it's just to give examples. When people got pride and egos, that's easing God out. So you'll never have a good process in that. That's what I say. I ain't mad at nobody. I forgive everybody. I pray they forgive me if I've wronged them, in which I think I haven't. I've wronged myself more than I've hurt anybody, you know, and I was able to forgive me, embrace my journey. And man, life has been fantastic for me. Even after going through 28 years in prison, halfway house, a shelter, get my own place, then getting shot 9 times. And then after that, writing a book, and then now I got a podcast. Come on, man, who do that? You see what I'm
God
saying?
got big things coming for you, man.
Inshallah, inshallah. But my thing is like just living right. It feels better living right. I have nothing in my heart for no one on this earth, even the people who've wronged me. Man, look, I understand, man. I forgive you. Shit happens. Shit happens.
Listen, I'm gonna have to go. I
Huh?
got 2 hours nap I could get. I gotta get ready for dialysis.
All right, my
But
brother.
I'll call you tomorrow. We'll pick up
All right.
where we left off.
Thank you
You know
for
what I'm
coming.
saying?
Thank you for being on my thing. No, matter of fact, you got to tell me what the thing and call me back.
I'll tell you what.
What he
Oh
said.
yeah, I'll let you know about tomorrow. I'll let you know about that tomorrow.
If no, look, if it's about this, call me right back. If it's not about that, then I'll talk to you
No, it's
tomorrow.
about a dinghy.
Huh?
Uh, the female that came into my life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
dinghy and confusion. I don't need that.
Okay. All right. All right.
Assuming things,
Hey, look, man.
you know.
We'll talk tomorrow.
All right, my brother. Peace.
All right. We can make a whole show tomorrow about that.
For, for sure, we could.
Yeah, ain't no
We
question.
sure could.
Yeah, I got to start making, joints.
A lot of people starting to call in.
Well, I've had little Johnny Wawa. He was on last night, and the other night, my boy Pat, the one that I told you that look.
Okay, things are gonna fall in, man. It's gonna come.
Inshallah, man. I
It's
ain't
gonna get
look,
so heavy
man.
you ain't gonna be able to handle it, brother.
No, I
It's
can
gonna be
look.
there.
Bring it
Calamity
on.
coming and set in with you.
No, that's
No,
yeah, yeah, man. Everything in time, man. Everything in
like
time.
Cameron and Mace.
Yeah, I gotta do my own thing though. This is
I hear
about
you.
life. This is about living
I
real.
hear,
This
I
ain't
hear you.
about that. Look, man. It's so much we got to do as a people, man. And it's for us to heal. You
That's
know,
the thing.
like I
As a
said,
people,
we got to
it's a lot
heal.
we got to do. We're not doing enough.
No, but see, a lot of people like this is the thing that I don't understand. A lot of people like they don't forgive like the black kids that's running around killing all that shit. Oh, they the worst. But you can forgive these motherfuckers that was raping, killing, chopping us up, hanging us, tarring, feathering us for 400 years. You can forgive them, but you can't. And what they don't understand is these people have put a conditioning into us to make us like that.
Exactly.
This is not our name. This is not our language. This is not our culture. But we so motherfucking bad, and because we the original people, that we took the culture that we brung together from the scraps of life that they did with us, and now everybody in the world, even though they hate us, they copy us and they make money off us from our culture.
Exactly.
You know,
Well, this thing people think it's been going on for hundreds of years. It's been thousands
and no
of years.
question,
We ruled this planet at one time.
no question,
And
and we
then
and we
we
did something, and
brought them and tried
God
to
spanked us
educate
for it.
them because we didn't like them being slaves and tried to educate them, and they turned the tables on us.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
learned a little bit too much. That
yeah,
comes from us being the type of people that we were, you know, educators. You understand? But
yeah,
Rich, we could go on forever and ever.
yeah.
They wronged us. There's no way they could ever repay us. Not that we want to be repaid. We just want to be treated as equals. We're not their equals because we're better than them.
No, we just
But
want to be left alone. Do
alone,
you let us
exactly.
do us, and
Yeah,
that's it. And
that's
it's
it.
not that
But
deep.
they're afraid of us.
It's no, but
It's
see,
like
it's look, it's the guilt. See, the guilt is what keeps you stuck.
exactly. They
Not being
feel that
able to
way.
let that
And
pride
when
and that
we get
ego
our
go.
power back or get our people united again, that we'll do to them what they did to us, and we're not looking for that.
No,
We're
that's
not
not.
looking for revenge.
We are the
But Rich,
ones
I
that.
gotta talk to you tomorrow. I gotta
All
close
right,
my
go
mouth.
ahead, get you some
I
rest, my
hate
brother.
you, but my brother.
All right,
Assalamu alaikum.
wake my salam. Yeah, that's a blessing. I wasn't even expecting that. That was a good segment. Now check this out. The sacred path, while the journey matters more than the destination. You have been taught to want the destination. Just think about what he's saying. Like I always tell y'all, we would love to live our lives backwards and get all the information, but we must live it forward so we can get the lessons and the blessings going on. From childhood, you are asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? Not who do you want to be come along the way. You were graded on final exams, not on the struggle to understand. You watch others celebrate arrivals, the degrees, the weddings, the promotions, the house. And somewhere deep inside, you began to believe that the gap between where you are and where you want to be is a problem to be solved rather than a life to be lived. But here's the truth that will set you free. The journey is not the obstacle to your purpose. The journey is the purpose. Now, check this out what that means. It's through adversity comes change. Going through your adversities are the journey. And the change is once you see what life is and how life can be, you make the change you need to make in your life, whether it was something bad or good or whatever. You readjust your life and realign your life to what's going to make your life better. Let me go on. God did not put you on this earth to teleport from blessings to blessings. He placed you in time in a body that grows slowly, in relationships that take years to deepen, in a story that unfolds chapter by unseen chapter because process is the point. You got to go through it to get to it. Your choices shape your adversities. Your adversities are your lessons to get you to your blessings. You see this again. Your choices shape your adversities. Your adversities are your lessons that get you to your blessings. I didn't make the rules, but this is what it is. Check this out. Why God sent you on this journey. Imagine for a moment that you are a master painter. You do not create a masterpiece by snapping your finger. You mix pigments, you sketch, you erase, sketch again, you step back, you weep over mistakes, a mistaken stroke, only to find that mistakes become the shadow that gives the whole painting depth. The painting's beauty is not in the final hanging on the wall, it is in the thousands of small, faithful breaths that brought it into being. You are that painting, and you are also the painting apprentice. Life is deep, because you think you make mistakes in life that, oh, that's the word. No, sometimes the mistakes in your life shape and mold you to who you're supposed to be. Like I said, you got to go through it to get to it. It's only through adversity change takes place in your life, period. And these are the things we have to understand, and we have to do the right thing in our lives. Because if we don't, man, it's going to be rough. Let me keep on. God sent you on a journey for three reasons: to know Him, not as a concept, but as a companion in the dark valleys and on the sunlit ridges. You know why I know God is real? I'm going to give you a few examples. First, as a kid growing up in Harlem, being in those streets and making millions of dollars as a youngster, in the time when they were extorting, kidnapping, Same era, Rich Porter, Alpo, AZ era. We were getting a lot of money, but quietly. And then I had a wild crew. I had a bunch of wild crews from Brooklyn, you know, but that was God keeping me safe. Just like the shootout I had last year. I had one before, like that, close quarters. It was God. God was there. I OD'd. God was there. And I wasn't even using drugs then. I just did it to try to come down because I used to sniff a lot of coke when I was in prison. Saved me so many ways. Coming out, doing what I used to do. So many ways I could have lost my life. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on. But mostly that I reflect now is the shooting last year where I got shot 9 times and I didn't feel not one bullet. And it was a 40. So I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a purpose. And my purpose is trying to help people to heal. This is what we need. We can beat ourselves up. Oh, we curse. No, we've been conditioned to be like this. If you put an animal in a cage long enough, he's going to act a certain way. Even though we're in the street, we're caged because they come, they do what they want to do, they kill us, they all kinds of things. So it's a conditioning. But now it's time for us to break that cycle, break that conditioning, and heal. See, once they got your mind, once a person has your mind, it's a done deal. But if you can condition and reinvent yourself, change your mindset, unlearn and relearn, man, life is your oyster. You just got to want to do it. To become like him, and character is never forged in form in comfort. Let me read that again. And character is never forged in comfort. Through adversity comes change. Patience grows only where waiting lives. Let me say that again. Patient grows only where waiting lives. What I always say, you got to be patient. Give time. Kindness deepens only where suffering has touched you. Just look at that. Timing, no, kindness deepens only where suffering has touched you. This is life. I didn't make this up. This is what it is to bring others home. Your journey is not just yours. The road you walk marks a path for someone else who is lost. This is why I said it's so important that we heal and we have to do it together. Can't do it by myself. This is why I need you. I would love to have 5, 10 people to embrace this program seriously so we can show the world that, man, we can heal and we can do better, we can be better. And once 5 or 10 people show the world or the immediate people that we can heal and we can change and we can do positive things, man, people going to be flooding into this program. But we've been taught not to trust until we see. We want to see the glitter. But it is what it is. However we got to reach you, we got to reach you. And I'm gonna do my best to do whatever I have to do to reach you because it's very important. We got a bunch of maniacs right now running this world, and it's time that we make the changes we need to make to put ourselves in a very safe and conducive environment so that we can live right and not have to worry about nothing. You are not dropped here randomly. You were sent. You are one in a billion. And that is not luck. Like I said, it took you to beat billions of other sperm cells to make it there. So you have a purpose. Let's speak plainly about the science because science shouts glory. Check this out. You exist because approximately 200 million to 500 million sperm cells were released. Only one reached the egg that became you. The odds of you being born even before factoring in your parents meeting, your grandparents surviving wars and famines, and every ancestor back to the dawn of humanity survived long enough to produce, are so abruptly small that mathematicians call them functional impossible. And yet you are here. Like I said, you have a purpose. They say in hundreds of millions, but I've read other places it's billions of sperm cells that are emitted at the same time. But still, you beat hundreds of millions of others to get there, and you don't think you have a purpose. You just have to embrace it. This is not chance. This is not random luck. This is a God who declared before foundation of the world that there would be a person named you with your fingerprints never repeated in history, your laugh, your particular ways of seeing the color blue, your hidden fears, and your secret hopes. The psalmist wrote, "You knit me together in the mother's womb." He did not say you rolled the dice and I won. You are not a lottery winner. You are a deliberate creation. When you realize that, the question shifts from why am I here to what am I here for? And the question can only be answered on the road, not in a armchair. Like I said, once you embrace your journey, you realize what you're here for. My purpose is to help people heal. And that's what I feel in my heart of hearts. And this is why I do what I do. And this is just one of the things. The book is one, like I said, through adversity comes change. By me, it'll definitely change your life. But the program, the five principles, three articles, and one healer, helping everyone to self achieve, appreciate love. This is what we have to do. This is what's going to make us be in a much, much, much greater place in life. But we have to do it. Check this out. The adversities that shape you are not punishments. Here's where many people stumble. When hardship comes, and it will, the enemy whispers, "You have been abandoned. You are being punished. God has forgotten you." And a lot of people think that way. Whether you know it or not, a lot of people really think like that. And it's not that, man, God is trying to show me, like I tell you, when I always go back to the second principle, principle. Wherever you at in life, God put you there because He's driving the car. And you must accept the responsibility that wherever you at in life, you must, if that's something to put you there and God is putting you to show you something to teach you because He's preparing you for what He has for you in the future. Simple. But look at the lives of every man and woman God used greatly. Moses spent 40 years in the desert before the burning bush. Joseph was sold into slavery and imprisoned before he saved nations. David was hunted like an animal before he became king. The Apostle Paul was beaten, shipwrecked, and in prison before his letters became scripture. And Jesus himself, Son of God, servant of God, messenger of God, learned obedience through what he suffered. If the sinless messenger of God was shaped by suffering, why would you be exempt? Even Jesus Christ, God's servant and messenger, you know, he had to go through suffering. So, like I said, through adversity come change. And if he had to go through, why you think we won't? And I know a lot of people may say, he died for our sins. If that's the case, why do you still have to pray? It doesn't make sense. But that's another topic. And adversity doesn't mean that God is mad at you. Adversity means God is serious about you. See, because he only tests the people he loved the most. The people who are destined for hell, he don't even give them tests. He let them rock. That's like back in the day, I should say, like the guys who got all the women, he got all the money, he got the cars, he got the jury, everything. He go into the gambling spot, he win the money. Everything he's winning at everything, but everything he's doing is haram, it's illegal. So his place is written unless God changes or he makes changes in his life. But everybody has to go through adversities because it's only through adversity change takes place. He is chiseling away everything that is not you. He is building muscle in your spirit that can only grow under resistance. He is teaching you to trust not in your own strength because your own strength will fail you, but in His. And this is what it's about, keeping your trust in God. Because when you keep your trust in God, man, He makes a way out of nothing, man. I'm living proof of it. I'm living proof. Every betrayal, every loss, every sleepless night, every prayer that seemed to hit the ceiling and bounce back unanswered. These are not detours, they are the road itself. Through adversity comes change. You have to go through your adversities in order to make changes in your life. This is what shapes and molds us. This is what give us, like my old head Akbar Priest say, intestinal fortitude. And we're gonna go through problems. We're gonna go through things in life. But if you get knocked down 9, get up 10. Never give up. Cause life is tough, but you got to be tougher. Now check this out: how embracing the journey changes everything. I've walked through fire, not metaphorically, but in ways that left scars on my soul. There were years I begged God to take the cup from me. I wanted the destination so badly, peace, healing, answers, that I cursed the journey. And the more I fought against the road I was on, the harder every step become. Then one night, broken and exhausted, I stopped fighting. Hold on, let me see where I'm at. Right here. I said, God, I don't understand why this is happening, but I trust that you are on this road with me. And if this suffering is shaping me into who you want me to be, then I will walk with you. See, this is when you become conscious of who God is and embracing your journey and knowing that the journey that He has you on is to shape and mold you to what He has for you in the future. We have to go through our adversities to make change. If we don't go through our adversities, we'll never make change. And if you don't go through nothing, you can't know nothing. And that's the truth. You know, you got to go through it to get to it. That prayer did not remove the hardship, but it changed everything because I stopped seeing my adversities as punishment and start seeing them as chisels. I start asking, why me? I stopped asking, why me? And start asking, what are you teaching me here? I stopped resenting the waiting and start listening in the silence. That's why I always tell you, you got to pay attention. You got to be 100% real. You got to pay attention. And life became easier. Like I said, once you embrace this journey, man, life, see, because you no longer look at life how you looked at life before. You look at life for what it really is. And when you're able to embrace your journey, you accept it for what it really is. A lot of people are not confident enough to accept life for what it really is because it's too painful. But you got to work through the pain. And when you work through the pain, it makes you a better and stronger person. Trust and believe that. I stopped swimming against the current, God's purpose. I stopped demanding that God explain himself. I rested in the truth that the same God who counted every hair on my head and who guided one sperm cell to the one egg is trustworthy with my pain. Give it to God. He got bigger shoulders than we do. You got to let go and let God. And you have a purpose bigger than your problems. Let me tell you what God is doing on your journey right now. That rejection you face, it was redirection. You know what I like to say? That was God saving me from something that I wasn't supposed to have or wasn't supposed to do. That delay, it was protection. That person who hurt you, God will use that wound to give you the ministry of healing for others. Now you're able to teach others. Like I said, once you go through knowledge, wisdom, understanding, your what, wins, where's, why, how, sometime who. Once you get to the understanding, you're going to be able to help others. Trust and believe that. And the only way you're not, if you're not sincere, 100%. That failure, it is the foundation of your humility, and God gives grace to the humble. You are not a collection of problems. You are a person with a purpose. And that purpose is not someday when everything is fixed. That purpose is now in the middle of the mess. And this is what a lot of us don't understand, man. Going through your adversities, man, shape and mold you to who God wants you to be if you pay attention. Because he wants the best for us. And if you've lived like I lived in the streets for so many years and you've made real money, but you know that everything that went along with that caused you problems. But with God, you can make even more and be at peace. You just have to live right and embrace your journey. And I'm telling you this now. Just give me some time. Watch my work or watch his work because I'm not a quitter. You are here to reflect God's glory in the ways no one else can. Your specific combination of gifts, scars, humor, and history is unique in the universe. Only you can reach the person who needs to hear, I've been there too. The practical way forward. Embrace your journey does not mean being passive. It does not mean whatever will be, will be. It means active trust. Trust in what? God. Here's what I invite you to do starting today. Stop comparing someone else's chapter to your life. Their journey is not your journey. God is not late. He is right on time for your story. Thank God for your adversities, not for the pain itself, but for what He will do through it. Thank Him in advance for the strength, the compassion, the wisdom being forged in you right now. I know when I did my first bid was 17 years, 7 months. Even though I was able to embrace it, in the beginning, it's like, man, how am I going to do all that? But it passed. Then the next bid, then the next bid, so, whatever he put you through, he going to get you through. Trust and believe that. Look for the lessons before you demand the escape. When hardships comes, ask first, Lord, what are you showing me about myself, about you? The answer is often the door to freedom. What I always say, I don't ask why me. I ask, what are you trying to show me? Help me to understand so I can elevate myself. Write down 3 ways you are already blessed today: your breath, your heartbeat, the facts that you are reading these words. Start small. Gratitude is the engine of joy. Trust the, trust the one who holds the whole journey. You don't have to see the entire path. You just have to take the next step with him. The destination is God, but the journey is sacred. One day you will look back from the finish line, whether that is old age or sooner than you think, and you will not wish you had arrived faster. You will wish you had paid attention more. You will see that every detour, every pothole, every sunrise on the road was a gift. God put you on a journey because he loves you too much to let you settle for a shortcut. He is not just preparing a place for you, he is preparing you for that place. Mean. Major league mean. And you are blessed, not in spite of the journey, because of it. And this is what it's about. Like I say, man, I want us all to win, man. And there's so many of us that have let life defeat them. Like when I came home, man, there's so many, man, it's rough out here, man. Or, a few people, man, I've been waiting for you to come home. And, I ain't get a commissary, nothing, a letter, nothing. But that's how life is. And that's why I say everything starts and ends with you. Because if you let a person tell you that and you help them out, you the dummy. You know, they let you know that it was about what they can get from you. One thing, it's life. Life is crazy, man. And I like I said, I just want us all to win. But we gotta heal before we do anything. We can't do anything until we heal and learn the lies from the truth. And the reason being, if you heal and you still believe the lies, you're gonna be hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray. But if you learn the truth from the lies, person can't do that to you no more. This is what we need. All I ask is that you embrace this journey. Through adversity comes change. And I guarantee you, man, it's gonna be worth your while. Trust and believe. I gotta make prayer, so I'm gonna go. Assalamu alaikum, Scotty. I'll holler at you tomorrow. Have a blessed one, my brother. And y'all have a blessed night. Embrace your journey. Think about what I said, and I guarantee you, life will get better. Tack man out. Get your spirit right. All right, baby boy. Peace.